This is Karaoke Joe coming to you straight from San Antonio's very own Big G's TC Radio with a very special interview from Hereford to Harlem, the one and only Maya Ice Castaneda. Pura vida, baby. Let's go. All right, guys. Once again, future legend. And I'm putting it out there, Maya. I don't know if you're ready for that yet. I'm putting it out there like that. We were getting ready. My wife bought the tickets for the Harlem Globetrotters. Going to be right here in Washington, and so I posted I'm not going to be able to do a show. And then I don't know if it's a family friend of yours from Hereford or whatever. Maggie commented and said, "Hey, one of our girls from Hereford is playing on the Globetrotters." I said, "What?" So I had to look it up. How to know all about you?
Well, hello, hello. It's Maya Ice Castaneda, and I'm from Hereford, Texas. I'm 24 years old, and I am just, here to share my basketball journey with anybody who wants to listen.
Yes, ma'am. And I mean, this journey has started from playing in Hereford all the way to playing in junior college, getting to Texas Tech, going and playing pro in Mexico, and now with the Harlem Globetrotters. I mean, how did you get all of that? I mean, at such a young age.
Really just networking and being a people person. I wasn't one of the people to do that, but my mom always told me, go out there, meet people. You never know who can help you later down in the road. And then, just people telling me how good I really was. I did it for fun, and then as I got older, they told me you're going to be really good and we see it in you. You're a winner, this and that. So I'm all for, putting it out there in the universe
Yeah.
that I'm going to be a legend because I'm here for it, all of it.
Well, that's perfect. Well, that's perfect. I mean, and I didn't even know. I mean, because here I am in Washington, and I'm not expecting to see a panhandle girl, over here. And when I messaged you, you were like, "No, I'm not on tour right now." And I was like, "Oh no." But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
how did you end up getting with the Globetrotters?
So it was just kind of I say it's a God thing. My agent just told me about it. I was waiting to go back to Mexico because I will be going back to Mexico in April. And he was just like, well, why don't you just try this out in the meantime? They're interested, they're having a tryout. Go try it just for fun. And I was like, I don't know about that. It's a little different. Like, I'm not used to playing that way. That's
Yes.
not like the kind of person I am. Not really where I want my career to go, but um, he's like, just go try it, have fun. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And I went, and it was just a really good organization, good
Yes.
people. I laughed the whole time. And I just felt like I was at home, and it was just a done decision from there. I had the tryout, we had fun, met really good teammates, and I was like, okay, I'll do it.
You
Might as
know,
well.
here you are. I said at the beginning of the show, I watched the Globetrotters ever since I was a kid, and I'm an old man right
Hmm.
now. Uh, I watched them. You're probably too young to remember. I watched them when they were a guest on Scooby Doo. I
Uh-huh.
watched the old commercials of them. Of course, I watched when it was Curly, when it was Marmaluke. The classics
Uh-huh.
of them. I mean, how does it feel that now your career, wherever it goes, you're going to go down in history as being a Harlem Globetrotter, and you played with the same jersey that legends like Wilt Chamberlain wore. How does that feel to you as a
Yeah.
basketball player?
It's just it's an honor to just be a part of such a huge legacy. I talked about it in with some other people that I just told them, it just wearing the jersey and the power that the jersey has itself. I could probably sit on the bench and not go in the whole game, and just because I'm wearing the jersey, I can inspire somebody else just that's there in the crowd to do what they want to do, or that they could do it because I was just there in the jersey. So I mean, it's been a ton of fun. Um, we change lives. They tell us all the time. I
Yeah.
get to, see these messages come in and out, and pictures and autographs and all kinds of stuff. And it's just really humbling. Like, I'm so glad I get to be a part of it.
Well, speaking of you wearing the jersey, I know you can't see me right now because I have that camera turned off. But I'm actually wearing my Ice jersey right now, number 15. Got to represent the 1-5. in the 806. As soon as we walked up to the concession stand where they were doing the merchandise, I figured they would only have the jerseys for the players that were on the court.
Hmm.
And then my wife says, "Oh, look, the classic red, white, and blue one." And I looked up and it said Ice. I said, "That's it. Give it. I want that one right there." And
Right.
my wife was like, "Is it a girl jersey?" I said, "I don't even care. I'll get an extra, extra large. I don't care." But we had to get it. We had to represent, and I mean, it's. I'm really proud of you. I've never met you in person or nothing, but I'm so proud that a hometown girl, from the Panhandle, was able to do something like this, and get to that level. My daughters always wanted to play basketball. They've always wanted to play for Texas Tech, which you did, and so
Hmm.
you're right. I mean, you're able to have other young kids, young girls, say, hey, if Ice can do it, I can do it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's really been an honor, and even going to Texas Tech, it was one of the hardest years of my life to go through that. But just going there, and saying that I went to Texas Tech is the same thing. It's a just, oh well, she went, she did it. She came from Hereford. She came from a small town. We didn't win
Yeah.
a state title, like we didn't have all those cool things, and we didn't really have a winning program per se. So to come even from that and beat those odds to still make it to a level like that was just, it's really cool.
Yeah. Well, Rosa Maria said, "Panhandle girls rule."
I'm so proud to be from the Panhandle. I tell people all the time, I'm so proud, and I'm glad that everybody has just been so supportive, and I'm really blessed to have this community just come behind me like this.
Now, what can you say to other, not only other athletes, but other young ladies? I have a young lady, and I tagged her a while ago. She's in high school right now. Her name is Magic. Her mom is actually my sponsor hairstylist when I go on the road. She's one of my sponsors of my show. And just fitting that this young lady's name is Magic, and she's
Hmm.
amazing on the court. Like, you should see her threes. Um, she plays right there in Lubbock now. Originally played in Plainview. I mean, what would you do? What would
Uh-huh.
you say to young superstars like that on how to get out there? Like you're doing.
Hmm. Just, I mean, keep going, work hard, like I said, network, talk to people, always shake coaches' hands. They always can have that helping hand. I had so many coaches, that I didn't even know about, that would put my names in conversations, and have later down the road people reach out and say, hey, this coach talked really highly about you. And and now, luckily, now athletes have social media, and that helps so much too. All the
Yes.
highlights, all that kind of stuff, that helps and goes a long way. And just, creating a different persona for yourself, and how you want to brand yourself and put yourself out in the world like that. Keep your good grades and all those good things. They follow you where you go to. So, I mean, it's really just working hard, and if you want to do it, you can do it.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Now we were watching last night's game, and I think one of the players looked like he had got hurt. He went up for a layup and he landed kind of awkwardly, and this isn't a regulation game, so he kind of rolled around the sideline and kind of just sat down. Another player jumped in real quick, but I could tell by the way he was limping. It looked like he landed wrong. I mean, uh, being on tour with the team and everything, I mean, what's one of the hardest things that you had to do, or you saw somebody else have to do? We were talking about the training and everything. I mean, what's one of the hardest things y'all had to do?
Surprisingly, the training isn't what you would think it is, which makes the show even that much better, because I thought, we would be practicing like individual things, and they teach you this and they teach you this. And it's really just basketball, and you play with it. Like, you have fun. Like, you figure it out as you go. They teach you, this is how I learned how to do this. And so it's really fun to just be a part of that. That's the only word I can use to describe it, is just fun. It definitely is long hours, but it never feels like it's super hard on your body, just because, you're having a good time while you're doing it. So I wouldn't say there's anything that's been super hard, besides like the traveling. We travel day in, day out, new city, new hotel, new bus, like all kinds of things like that. So,
Yeah.
but as far as like skill wise, it's just basketball, you know, you have fun with it.
What was your favorite trick shot that you got to do?
My favorite trick shot, I'm getting better at them, but the half court hook shot has been the one that's kind of famous for all of us. We all kind of battle in and out of practice doing those ones.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Now, do they make you do any of the flips that we saw last night, or do you stay with both feet on the ground a little bit?
No, I keep my feet on the ground.
Now,
You know,
being
our coach, he says, our coach, whenever we get there, or one of the main things that they said in training camp was, do what you do best, you know? So it's just kind of a bunch of people who have found what they're good at, and that's what they go with. And that makes why it makes it such a beautiful show and beautiful team to be a part of because, you know, everybody just does what they're supposed to do and what they're good at, and it all comes
yeah,
together to be really fun.
that's awesome. And of course, you are keeping on with the tradition. With the throwing the water and throwing the confetti into the crowd, and a lot of the stuff that the original Globetrotters did. So I mean, it's awesome to be able to see that, and it is so very awesome. Now the radio station I DJ for is at the Tejano station, and in Tejano we always say that females. It's hard for the females to get as much publicity out there as the guys, or get as much credit, and it is so awesome to see because we see that in sports also. It's so awesome to see a young lady like yourself, being one of the very few women that have got to play on the Harlem Globetrotters. Like my wife said, I wasn't expecting a girl to be playing. That's how does that feel to you to be one of the few?
Yeah, it's super awesome. You know, even the girl who you got to watch Torch, she should have been there.
Yeah,
She has just, you know, taken me under her wing and she's been super helpful, just making sure, you know, I'm doing okay and helps me out with learning certain things and just being creative with it all. But we actually have six altogether in the whole organization. So it's the largest female roster that they've had since the Harlem Globetrotters began, and that's just really cool to be a part of, especially being a Hispanic woman.
yes.
That pushes even further. So it's been really cool, and people tell me that all the time. I didn't even know girls could play. I'm like, well, here we are. We're doing it. We're just as good. So it's been a lot of fun, and we're actually fan favorites. They're always really cool to the girls, and everyone comes up to us. So it's really cool to be a part of.
Well, speaking of Torch, I was going to ask you out of the not only the crew that you tour with, but all the players that are currently playing, who's one of your favorites out there?
Oh man,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
put you on
hard
the spot.
question. I know that's a hard question. There's so many of us, and my team is so great. Honestly, I'm gonna have to say my coach has probably been my favorite though.
Yeah.
He is just, he's a living legend himself, and get
Yes.
to see him from the coaching side, but know that he did it too. And he's just a character himself too. Like
Yeah.
he's a great guy, funny all the time, and so he's been really fun to work with. And then, you know, everybody's a different character every single day. So, we're constantly laughing. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody. Like there's so many of us, and it's just like a really, really fun organization.
Well, I know you were saying about the wear and tear. I mean, it's kind of like a wrestler, a professional wrestler with WWE. You're constantly on the road, so I know you being back home right now and being able to relax. I mean, how long do you get to do that? Are you going back to Mexico? Are you going back on tour? What do you got your plans
Yeah.
going at?
So I still have a little bit of a break. I'm going to be off for the whole month of February, and then I'll
Hmm.
go back out in March. And then mid-April, I'll go back to Mexico and be in Mexico for about 4 or 5 months.
What team do you play for in Mexico?
I am not allowed to say yet.
Oh, you can't. We're gonna have to get clearance from the agent. Well,
Not allowed to say yet.
when you do get cleared to say, make sure you tag me, and that way we can
Of
spread the
course.
word. We have had some listeners already asking where you play down there. We saw in the newsreel from News 10 that they announced that you were going to be able to play back in Amarillo with the
hmm
Globetrotters. Were you able to do that? And how was that playing back in Amarillo?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, so that will
Oh,
be on
okay,
March 8th. So
March
yeah,
8th.
so we'll get to come back down March 8th. I'm super excited about that. Everybody around town, it's kind of the buzz going around. Everybody's like, we're super excited to go watch you play. We already bought our tickets, jerseys on the way, this and that. So I know it's just going to be a super surreal moment. I'm really excited for it. And I even get to go to Lubbock right before that, and I'm going to get to play there at the Texas Tech Arena. So that's going to be really cool for me too, to be
Oh,
able to go back there.
that's awesome. Well, I know this weekend they're having the alum reunion at
Hmm.
Texas Tech, and I saw Cheryl Swoops was going to be back over there, and Nikki Heath, and a lot of the other great players. But that's going to be awesome. You're going to be able to play on that same court again.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so
Yeah.
very
Super,
proud of
super
you.
cool.
I'm so proud of
Thank,
you, and coming from Texas, of course, and then just coming from the Panhandle and doing everything that you've been able to do. I know your family is so very proud. Uh, do Since you're part of the show, do you still get starstruck, or are you shocked when other people get starstruck with you?
yes, so the first time I kind of laugh about the story, but the first time a little girl came up to me with my jersey on, it was like so surreal. And I was like, "Are you sure? Like that's my jersey." That was so like it was so cool to me. And I was like, "You think I'm that cool? Like I'm just human, To me it's kind of funny, but it was really really cool. I enjoy it every night. We do the show every single night, sometimes two times in one day, and I still am amazed at how awesome my teammates are. So it's been really fun.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Before Beyond the Mexico, playing in Mexico, I mean, what goals do you have as far as an athlete, or just your main goals that you got, like within the next 5, 10 years? What do you wanted to get going?
Yeah, so I really want to get like a good solid season under my belt here in Mexico. Last season I didn't get to play the whole season. I just played half. So this year I'll get to play a full thing. I did get my Mexican citizenship. So eventually, like my long-term goal for that league is to be able to play on the national team there in Mexico.
Hmm.
Um, so I kind of want to do that and then use that like my stats and things like that. Hopefully I can get out to Europe and play competitively there in Europe
Oh,
somewhere. So that's like, we'll see what happens. That'll be kind of cool but personal life, I would like to, eventually save up, open up a gym, start some training stuff. I'm doing that here, a little here, a little there. Some motivational speaking, things like that.
yes.
And just kind of share my story.
That would be so amazing. Now, I watched on the highlight reel of some of your highlights from Mexico, and I'm going to show that, ladies and gentlemen, right as soon as we get off the phone here. But like one gym, it seems so dark. Like I was like, how are they even
Uh-huh.
shooting? How different is it from playing in the States to playing down in Mexico?
It's very different. I don't, as far as just the conditions is different. You never know what kind of court you're going to get to play on. But for the most part, everything was really cool. It was super competitive, very scrappy, tough. Have to be a tough player. So that was really fun to, get to be a part of. And then just seeing different people from different places. It's not only Mexicans that are playing there. We have
Yes.
Americans, we had people from Brazil, we had Cubans, like everywhere. So it's kind of like college all over again, but on the international level. So it was really, really cool just to get to meet other people. And like I said, meeting those people, they go back to their countries and then they tell people about, oh, hey, I have a teammate that she's trying to come out here. And then they help you get to that next place that you're trying to go to. So just using basketball to travel the world.
That's awesome. Now, you said about being on the trying to get on the Mexican national team. Does that mean hopefully one of these days we'll be able to see you on the Olympic screen as one of the dream team members out there?
I hope so. That's the big dream. People always say, if your dreams aren't big enough, like what are you even dreaming for? So I'm going all
Yes.
out.
Well, I know you're back home relaxing, so I don't want to take up too much of your time, but thank you so much. I said at the beginning of the show that no matter where you've been or what you've done, you were still humble enough to answer my message, on Facebook, and you didn't even know who I was. So, I mean, thank you so much for staying humble. My wife was shocked. She's like, "Oh my God, you're messaging a Harlem Globetrotter, like seriously." And she was all excited and everything. But thank you, and to be further on, like you're saying, as a motivational speaker and helping the kids out there get to where they want to be. Also, that's really inspiring.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'm just human. I just ended up being on this really cool platform. So, um, nothing special. It's a great opportunity, but I wouldn't be where I was today if it wasn't for people like you guys in the Panhandle to help me get where I was. So,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you.
Well, we got listeners right now. We broadcast all over the place. We got listeners here in Washington State, in Chicago, Florida, down in Tampa, Florida, Mexico looks like, and of course in Texas. So you're going nationwide right now, and everybody's congratulating you, and everybody's so proud of you. What would you like to say to all your followers and all your supporters and family back there?
Oh, just thank you a million times. I'm so very blessed. And I just want to tell you guys to continue. And if you have a chance to catch a show, even if I'm not there, go out there. My team is amazing. I love all of them. So just keep being supportive. And I love you guys. Don't hesitate, to reach out. I'll message back, take some pictures, things like that. I love it.
Well, thank you very much. And next time you're able to come to Washington, make sure you hook up with us, and we'll show you the sites when you get a little bit of time off, and then we'll make sure to get a whole support crew to be in the crowd.
Perfect. Perfect. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yes, ma'am. Well, have a great day. Have a good weekend, and we can't wait to see you back on the court.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, guys. Once again, thank y'all so much for joining me, and such an amazing young lady to come from Hereford, Texas, up in the Texas Panhandle to Texas Tech, playing professionally in Mexico. And as soon as I get the word of her team, I'm going to let y'all know out there, guys. And then touring the world with the Harlem Globetrotters. I'm going to show y'all one of the highlight reels that I'd seen. Like I said, this was one of the highlight reels of when she's playing in Mexico. In fact, I'll throw that one out. And right after that one, I'm going to throw out the highlight reel from the Harlem Globetrotters, or one of the reels that they did from the Harlem Globetrotters. Again, thank you everybody for joining us. This is Karaoke Joe coming to you straight from San Antonio's very own Big G's TC Radio. Pura vida, baby. Let's go.
Mía Castañeda es quien sube el balón. Se acabó.
Sinking them.
Y cerca, rebote para Castañeda.
Levanta la cara, es buena jugadora Mía Castañeda, muy cumplidora, muy cumplidora.
Thank you so much.
Buscando aquí la forma también para Castañeda. Castañeda tira de larga distancia, parábola y adentro.
I totally forgot. I was going to ask her, Mia, if you're still on, how did you get the name Ice? Because you sing it uncoded Ice.
Y esto se va a acabar. Mía de 3 puntos. 3 puntos. 3 puntos para Mía Castañeda.
Sinking them.
Que se
those of y'all listening on the radio station, y'all need to jump on Facebook or YouTube because these highlights are fire. Man, that form just to sink it. There she is, Ice. Harlem Globetrotters. Now, guys, if you want to get any of the, they got new collaborations, Globetrotter jerseys, hats, basketballs, and more. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com/shop. Once again, harlemglobetrotters.com/shop. And as y'all can see on the jersey that I'm wearing, let me lower my screen. Number 15, we got to rip the ice out there, dropping it out. We got to rip Ice. Get your number 15 out there. Again, she is going to be playing in Amarillo, guys, so make sure y'all keep up with that. When y'all see that the Globetrotters is going to be playing the Amarillo, that show out big, that spill out the Coliseum there, the Civic Center there in Amarillo, and show the representation that we're out there ripping our girl Ice out there. A big congratulations going out to Maya. I know I keep saying Mia. I'm sorry, Maya. Big congratulations going out to Maya out there. Ice dropping it cold as ice with those threes. Man, I tell you what. Maya, we had to. As soon as I saw this jersey, we had to get it. But thank you for your time. And I know you're back home resting and everything, but thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on everything. And feel free to tag me on any highlight reels or any events that you're doing, and I'll make sure to spread the word. I'm over here in Seattle, Washington area, but I definitely got a lot of followers back in Texas also. So keep me up to date, and I'll make sure I keep the word spreading out there. But congratulations, Godspeed to you, and God bless. And thank you for your time again. Guys, man, that gives me chills. I grew up watching the Harlem Globetrotters. Are you kidding me? The Harlem Globetrotters. That is fun. Again, guys, number 15, you got to go represent harlemglobetrotters.com/shop. Also, go on Facebook. Friend request her out there. Maya Castaneda. Y'all see her right there commenting. Go friend request her and follow her career. And it's just so amazing. I see it. I see it's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling it right now. And most of the time when I call stuff, it happens. We're going to see Maya in the Summer Olympics. I'm already telling you guys. It's going to happen. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. We got about 30 minutes that we're going to be jamming out. So let me know what you want to hear. Again, a big thank you going out to my Ice for joining us. This is Karaoke Joe coming to you straight from San Antonio's very own Big G's TC Radio. Pura vida, baby. Let's go.